576, Job asserts his innocence. Chapter 28. Surely there is a mine for silver, and a place where gold is refined. 2. Iron is taken out of the earth, and brass is smelted out of the stone. Three. God sets an end to darkness and knows the end of everything, the deep and dark mine and the shadow of death. 4. They have inherited a ruined mine from an alien people. They are gone astray from the right path, and their number has diminished from among men. 577. Whence comes wisdom? 5. They lay open the earth, out of which comes sustenance, and from under it is turned up material as if it were burned with fire. 6. The stones of it are the place where sapphires are found, and it has dust of gold in its path. 7. There is a path which no bird knows, and the vulture's eye has not seen. 8. Wild beasts have not trodden it, nor has the lion passed by it. 9. The miner puts forth his hand upon the hard rock to break it. He overturns the mountains from their foundations. 10. He divides the rivers by his might, and his eye sees every precious thing. 11. He binds up the rivers, and they may not overflow. And the thing that is hid he brings forth to light. 12. But where shall wisdom be found? And whence is the place of understanding thereof? 13. No man knows the treasure thereof, neither is it found except in the land of the living. 14. The depth says, it is not in me, and the sea says, it is not with me. 15. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither can silver be counted for its price. 16. It cannot be exchanged with the gold of Ophir, with precious onyx or sapphire. 17. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, nor can precious pearls, jewels, and emeralds equal it. 18. For the price of wisdom is above that of precious stones, nor can colored gems, emeralds, and diamonds equal it. 19. For the price of wisdom is above everything, and nothing can equal it. The pearls of Ethiopia and the topaz cannot equal it. 20. Whence then comes wisdom, and where is the place of understanding? 21. It is hid from the eye of all living, and concealed from the fowls of the air. 22. Destruction and death say, we have heard the report of it with our ears. 23. Because only God understands the way of it, and he knows the place thereof. 24. For he looks to the ends of the earth, and sees under the whole heaven. 25. He has made a weight for the wind, and meted it out by measure. 26. He made a decree for the rain, and a way for lightning and the thunder. 27. Then he saw it, and declared, and measured it, yea, and searched it out. 28. And to man he said, behold, the reverence of God, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Chapter 29. Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, Oh, that I was as in the months past, as in the days when God took care of me. 3. When he put his worship high upon my head, when his lamp shone over me, and when by his light I walked through darkness. 4. Oh, that I was in the days when I was in favor, when God abode in my tabernacle. 5. When the Almighty was there round about me in my youth. 6. When I washed my steps with butter, and the rock poured me out rivers of oil, or when I was wealthy. 7. When I went out to the gate of the city and called on the people, and sat down like a poor man in the street. 8. The young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose and respected me. 9. The nobles held their peace and laid their hands on their mouth. 10. The voice of the princes was restrained, and their tongues cleaved to the roof of their mouth. 11. For when the ear heard me, then it praised me, and when the eye saw me, it gave testimony about me. 12. Because I delivered the poor out of distress, and the fatherless who had no one to help him. The blessing of him who was ready to perish came upon me, and I called the widow's heart to rejoice. 14. 5, 7, 8. Job bewails his humiliation. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me like a robe, and a diadem of justice. 15. I was eyes to the blind, and feet I was I to the lame. 16. I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not, I searched out. 17. And I broke the jaws of the wicked, and snatched the prey out of his teeth. 18. Then I said, I shall become straight like a reed. I shall deliver the poor and multiply my days like the sand of the seas. 19. My roots are planted by the waters, and the dew lies all night upon my boughs. And at the harvest season I shall be invited to the feast. 20. I shall take my bow with me, and renew it in my hand. 21. Men listened to me and waited, and hearkened to my counsel. 22. And from my words they departed not, and my speech was pleasing to them. 23. They waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouths wide as for the spring rain. 24. If I ridiculed them, they did not take offense, and they did not turn from the light of my countenance. 25. I searched out their ways, and they returned and dwelt, and then returned and dwelt as a king in his army, like one who comforts the mourners. Chapter 30. But now they laugh at me, those who are less than I. 2. Whose fathers I have disciplined, I have disdained. I did not consider them equal to the dogs of my flocks. Yea, the strength of their hands. Of what use would it have been to me? For they had lost their power completely. For they were forced by the bare necessities, like a thief swept off his feet. 6. Fleeing to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, in crevices. 7. In rocky places and under bushes. 8. The children of fools shall be overthrown together with the children of the wicked. They shall be brought lower than the earth. 9. And now I am the subject of their mocking, yea, I have become a byword to them. 10. They abhor me, they flee far from me, they do not fail to spit in my face. 11. Because they began to deride me and humiliate me, they have also put their bridle in my mouth. An Aramaic idiom which means restricted, restrained, or dominated me. 12. They rise up against my right hand. They rip me up. They have perplexed me through the crookedness of their ways. 13. They mar my paths without a cause. They rejoice for what has been befallen me. They shall have no helper. 14. They shall suffer a grey ruin, and they shall be broken by the hurricane. 15. For they have brought terror upon me, they have pursued my path like the wind, and my help has passed away like a cloud. 16. And now my soul is weary, the days of affliction have taken hold upon me. 17. In the night my bones are in pain, and my body has no strength in it. 18. I have put on my garment and girded up myself with my rod. 19. But they cast me into the mire, and I am become like dust and ashes. 20. I cry to thee, and thou dost not answer me. I stand up, and thou dost not consider me. 21. Thou hast treated me as an enemy to thee. With thy strong hand thou hast restrained me. 22. Thou lifted me up to the wind. Thou caused me to ride upon it. And then thou afflicted me, and makest me wretched. 579. Job's oath of innocence. 23. And yet I know that thou wilt bring me back from death to the meeting place for all living. 24. But he will not stretch out his hand against me, and when I cry to him, he will save me. 25. I have wept for the poor in the daytime, and my soul was grieved for the fatherless. 26. But when I looked for good, evil came, and when I waited for light, there came darkness. 27. My heart was agitated and did not rest. The days of affliction came upon me. 28. I walked mournfully without being resentful. I stood up and wept in the congregation. 29. I am become a brother to jackals and a companion to ostriches. 30. My skin has shrunk upon me, and my bones are burned as with heat. 31. My harp is also turned to mourning, and my song to the voice of those who weep.